Hello there, and you're welcome to Mind and Mike. This is Jonathan Osime Iyere, and this is Mind and Mike. And this is where we talk about student life, mental health, and everything in between. I still remain your host, and it's been a long time since I did something like this. That's why I'm a bit sloppy, and what I'm saying is just getting, touching, and there are mixtures of words. It's been a long time. I think the last time I recorded or did something like this was around October, which is a very, very long time. Yeah, so this is another episode of Mind on Mike where we talk about student life and mental health. What I have here today is just why we started this, and remembering that this is a journey of how you started Mind on Mike. So this episode is mainly about me, talking about myself, and the reason why I took that long break, because the break was something I needed, because I was going through a very, very long semester. But I'll break everything along the way. So that is the first thing. I know I did survive this semester, because the topic of this episode is how this semester humbled me. And I never expect something like this. So back to what my mom used to say. My mom used to say something like this: Jonathan, don't fall sick. I rarely do fall sick. Like, takes months or years before I get sick. And then if I get sick, it's going to be very tough. And after that, I know that after that sickness, it will be a very, very long time if I get sick. But unfortunately for me this time, I got sick four times, which is something that has never happened before. I still don't understand how it happened. I was sick 4 times. And people got to ask me, what is wrong with you? Why are you sick? Now every time you do fall sick, it was just reoccurring. And I got to a time I was depressed and I was tired. I was like, what is really happening? Why am I sick? Because 2 weeks of sickness, then I'll be okay for some time, and the next moment I'll be tired again. There was a certain time during the test period I was sick. Then my lecturer gave me tutorial question and asked me to come. I didn't come because of the sickness. Then when I went to his office and I was sweating and he was looking at me, I was like, what is wrong with you? And I said, I'm not finished fine, that if I walk a long distance I will sweat. He was not looking at me and I said, come on, take care of yourself. He was speaking Yoruba. I don't know how to say that in Yoruba, but it was like, Lord told you alright, something like that. And I was like, okay, sir. Not long ago, it continued. That was the second time I was being sick, and I was like, okay, since it's the second time, it won't happen again. But lo and behold, I was sick a week before exam period, and that was another crazy thing. It was really crazy. Now, some of my classmates noticed this, and they were telling me, Jonathan, are you sure you're okay? You look less friendly, and sometimes you look angry. And sometimes I was angry with myself, because why would I be sick for more than 3 times? That was what was even making me angry. I got tired. That was that. So during the time of exam, my lecturer, the same lecturer that saw me the time I was sick, told me during that exam I gave one finch. I was like tired at that time, and I wanted to submit my paper. And he saw me again. He's like, boy, no torture, go home, go and treat yourself, okay? And I was like, okay, sir. And I think that was not enough. The next day, I went to general office to see the HOD because I had some issues. And the same thing, he said that same thing again. Make sure you go home. And this time it took more time, and he was telling me this is what they want. And I was okay. That was when and I think that time I was already done with sickness, and I hope I did not fall sick. So this happened during the whole of this semester, and I think what caused the sickness was a lot of stress that I was handling. I was I never knew, or let me just say this, I became the financial secretary of NAS, and that was a lot of stress because of during that time registering students, and then I was dealing with those, and that was another stress on its own. And I tried to manage it. And then one thing I learned from this semester was that learning how to manage people, because my dad used to say something. I'm a very tolerant person. I tolerate a lot of things. And like among my siblings, I'm the one with the most tolerant. But it was tested this semester, and it was a bit, being an executive, you go for sittings, and then these honorables and that, some things like that, questioning, and it was it tested my tolerance, and I thank God that it was fine, and I dealt with that well, but not really. Got to some time that I did talk, and I think I was frustrated for some time, but I nearly quit what I was doing. But somebody told me that no, you can't quit. If you quit, you lose. But I took to that word that the person said, and it was nice knowing that it was okay to learn that. So I learned a lot from this semester, though it was a very crazy one. Yes, and as I said, this semester humbled me. It was not as I planned the semester to be, and as now I hope it to be. But I'm also glad that this happened, though it is not a nice experience, but I'm happy that it happened. Yeah. So, first thing I learned that you need to learn how to manage people, and I think from now I'm always slow to speak. Though it's still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. And also, always check on yourself. I think there's a certain time I lost track of checking on myself. I was just doing different work, and I did not check. And based on academics, I started with this semester. I was like covering some courses, following in class. Then along the way, I lost track. I think most of us do most of the time, but this time I lost track of time, and I missed some quizzes, tests, classes, a lot of classes. I missed a lot of classes, and then it affected my the way I read, and for the first time I did not finish most of my course outline. I think I finished some, but it took me stress. Like I did some stress for that, but I make sure I do not do any overnight, because I don't want to get to this stage of burning out. So I do not do a lot of overnight. I make sure that I plan my day well, and I read during the day, and that is it. And the overnight I did, I don't like going for overnight, especially when I need to stress myself, and I was just recovering. So I slept most of the time and read during the day. I make sure that I woke up around 5. I try to manage my time well so that I can cover up. But the things that I spend less time talking to people, as people said I wasn't friendly like I used to, and then that was a lot of things that happened during the semester. Yeah, so I do this to encourage myself, most especially, and from what I've seen, I encourage everyone who went through a very, very tough semester, how this semester humbled them. And then the thing that I learned I like doing, I think people should do, is to reflect on themselves, or I don't know, just is what I think. Because after this semester ended March 11th, that was my last paper, and then I planned to do this, and I reconstructed different paper writing. I was just thinking, what should I give out? What should I say? And I thought of my own experience should be a very good one, because I like to reflect on what happened during the semester. So as I said, having a very bad semester, or having a semester like this, I think you should just reflect on how the semester went and what you can learn from them. And this is what I went through and how I survived them. But one thing is that if you are going through any semester like this, what I learned or what I think is that just stay up high and just know that one day you will talk about this. And I think during my period of thought sickness, I was already saying this. I'm going to talk about 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 this. So I think that was what kept me balanced at some point. I know that this is just a phase and I'm going to pass through it. So I kept just saying that, and then I am here also talking about it. So it is a nice feeling knowing that I overcome it just by keeping myself on that it is a phase and I'm going to talk about it. So yes, this is the episode, and I know this is a bit rusty episode because of it's been a while I did that, and I know this is not my best, but as I said, thank you for listening to this is Mind and Mike, and thank you for listening to this episode. My name, and I'm your host, Jonathan Osime Iyere.